Hi, before we start, I want to announce the raffle. More info at the end of the video. Have fun! Hi everyone, I'm in Madrid visiting Javier and I want to give you an overall of the GliderKeeper family so far. As you can see here, there's much more to the GliderKeeper family than just the GliderKeeper. Later on we will also talk about the new features the Pico is bringing. Let's start at the beginning. How did the development begin?
I believe it must be sometime during 2018 in the meetings we had for organizing our contest. We wanted to take advantage of the successful concept of a glide throw, which was really working well in that moment, and we wanted to get some help with the problem of getting suitable timekeepers when organizing the competition. We organize our competitions since 2011, and we began to use GliderLink, the first QR code system in 2013, and we wanted something else to get our work a little easier.
The prototype was released for testing in 2019, which was followed by regular firmware updates. I've already made a detailed video about the GliderKeeper. It can display the time and the altitude, and that's what makes it special. It has to be said that is therefore a little more expensive than a normal logger. The GliderKeeper is available at Mammoudi Modellsport. Of course, this raises the question of whether a pilot would invest this extra money to replace a timekeeper doing training in selected competitions such as the Bavarian Open competitions in Germany or GliderKeeper competitions in Spain. For me personally, it is simply an invention for the future. And there are also a few cool features, such as being able to post a picture with the flight data immediately after my flight on the airfield without a cable. I sent this flight in Komodov to my family immediately after landing. What was the actual idea behind the GliderKeeper? People who volunteer their time to take part in an F5J competition are becoming increasingly difficult to find. This is where automation has a positive effect. If nothing new is tried out, then it will become increasingly difficult to organize a competition until there are no more competitions at some point. At many competitions at the moment, one timekeeper stops two pilots. As you don't know exactly which of the two is being controlled, this works quite well. In other competitions, there are no more timekeepers at all. The results are filled in themselves because there are not enough timekeepers. But afterwards, you can always say that something was entered incorrectly. With the GliderKeeper, only one person is needed to collect all the data after the flight. This means less effort but still full control. And that's what I mean by investing in the future. A new development needs time and testing. So I would now like to explain what happened after the GliderKeeper was released. It followed the GliderKeeper Sync, a clock that ensures that the GliderKeeper records takeoff and landing times, including any early takeoffs or late landings because it stores the UTC. There's also the GliderTimer. After a flight, a person goes to each pilot with this device and scans the data of the GliderKeeper. In addition, the distance to the landing point must be entered manually. It immediately generates the competition results. It is also compatible with GliderScore. The GliderTimer could also replace the display of the GliderKeeper and enables cooperation with the GliderThrow. I have already made a video about it. Next, the desktop app was developed and later an app for Android and Apple mobile phones. This step also served to increase user friendliness. But with every new development, there are always new challenges. First of all, it was more difficult than expected to technically implement time recording. For some pilots, the interaction of the controller and the motorized throttle with the GliderKeeper was not yet optimal. For others, the handling with a Wi-Fi connection was something completely new, which caused confusion. But the crucial point is that the development is addressing this and adapting the products to the consumer, and that has happened. May I introduce the GliderKeeper Pico? It is smaller and lighter than the GliderKeeper. It is cheaper, although it also records the time. And for those who don't like the Wi-Fi connection, the Pico can also be connected to the laptop with the USB-C cable. Nevertheless, it has the same features as the GliderKeeper, and I couldn't see any differences between the two in my comparative measurements. If you want to win a GliderKeeper Pico now, then write a comment under the video with the thumbs up symbol. You will automatically be a candidate for the raffle. You can find further conditions of participation in the info box. I would also be very happy about a like or a subscription. We have now reached the development stage, but there will be improvements to the firmwares and new products. I would like to ask Javier what the future looks like.
I hope next developments will be in the firmware side. We'll be releasing firmware for the different formulae. We already have the F5L, and soon we'll be having the F5K, and we'll be doing something for F3 some, and what I would call opportunity firmwares, which is a firmware not especially dedicated to any formula, but to the optimization of the design and the setting of the airplane. And we'll be having a look to telemetry support as well.
There is much more to the word GliderKeeper than meets the eye. I hope I was able to give you a brief overview today and show you that it is worth the investment in the future. Thanks for watching and don't forget the raffle.